Here we go, guys. PINKROID versus ISMOO, best of 5 winner. Straight to the Europe Cup. Easy sleep for a month. Here we go. Wunsa gets the pre-ban. Dominic gets the pre-ban. What are we going to be expecting from these two players, boss?
Well, that is interesting. PINKROID does decide to pre-ban on that wound, so probably not something he was planning to pre-ban previously. Whilst ISMOO did not pre-ban the Tianlang, he pre-bans the Dominic instead. PINKROID can't use that Dominic that's done so much for him recently.
There we go. ISMOO stealing that Oliver very quickly, locks in that speed lead with Oliver for his first unit. PINKROID responds with a Ryu and a Masha for first and second pick.
Well, PINKROID immediately signaling that he's going to compete for turn 1, as is ISMOO with the 33 speed lead of Oliver. I think that ISMOO is going to be thinking about bringing some counters to this primary source of damage, the Masha, and the Miles is an excellent early counter to Masha.
Oh, this is very exciting. Drafting ISMOO with the Miles for the second unit. Third unit, Merlong takes the Merlong away from PINKROID. PINKROID responds very quickly with the Tablet and the Changpang for third and fourth unit.
PINKROID's draft is looking incredibly threatening right now. 224% speed leads, multiple sources of strip, with the Tableau giving his whole team an extra turn. ISMOO is going to have to decide if he wants to compete for turn 1. He doesn't have access to the Wunsa anymore if he's gonna try and bring some units with a little bit more sustain to deal with everything that PINKROID is going to throw at ISMOO.
But he does have access to another speed lead. Brings out the Pontos for his fourth unit. Locks in that Pontos. One more unit. How will ISMOO draft his final unit?
I think a Leo would be a decent pick, but would also counter his own draft. Something like a Setmet could also be interesting.
There we go. Another fire unit. Carnal has come out on ISMOO's final pick. Locks it in. PINKROID responds with Wind and Bison Cigar, but changes his mind. Brings out the Wunsa, but has not locked it in yet. Locks it in. Here we go, guys.
I actually really like the Wunsa pick because ISMOO is not representing a lot of strips. Only the Miles with a single target strip and the Merlong with a weak AoE strip. So I'm expecting one of those two to be banned out because they also counter the Masha. On ISMOO's side, he might just want to ban the Wunsa as well, or he might want to ban the Tableau for those extra turns.
PINKROID bans the Miles, ISMOO bans the Wunsa. Both players go with the speed lead. ISMOO has the 33%, PINKROID with the 24%. Interested to see who will take this first point. Best of 5. Masha with the first turn to Oliver.
That is an incredibly fast Pontos. I wonder if it's a swift Pontos or if ISMOO just has really good runes. Probably the latter, to be honest.
Wow, Despair, Changpang stunning 2 of these units right there. Tableau follows up and resets the attack bar. Masha, fast link, goes into Oliver. Oliver not looking too healthy right now. Ryu follows up after Masha. Where will the damage go?
We now saw the power of speed tuning your units because Pontos did move before PINKROID's draft, but then PINKROID, all of his units got to move twice straight after, and now the Oliver is already gone and things are looking really good for PINKROID.
Here we go. A Ryu with the... Ooh, what is it? Serious? No. Oh, Ryu with the strip.
Yep, the skill 2. I think it's called
Rolling Spike
or something like that. Because this is the Ryu, not... It's the water Ryu, not the Moor, actually. And yeah, I think this Masha is... it's going to just keep on pummeling in that damage to all of ISMOO's units. And this match is probably as good as over by this point.
Rolling Spike from the Ryu is the AoE strip. Here we go. Masha, skill 1 into Pontos. Additional turn, puts more damage into that Pontos. Skill 1 with Merlong into the Tableau. Tableau goes for the stun, gets the slow on the Merlong. Silence lands on Changpang and Tableau.
Indeed, PINKROID has been running this sort of draft on ladder pretty much the whole way on his way to rank 1. And he didn't actually need to really bring out any pocket picks. He just went with his usual draft and ISMOO was not able to handle it.
Wow. I can't believe he's done it again. PINKROID again with a lightning fast finish there. 1-0 in the semi-finals. PINKROID is not messing around today, Baus. He is here to deliver the goods and show us that he is a worthy champion and wants that final spot back again. He just seems unstoppable right now.
Precisely, and I'm really surprised that ISMOO didn't try to mix things up, knowing that PINKROID was bringing his usual draft. I mentioned the Sekhmet earlier. I think that would have been a much better pick than the Carnal. If his Sekhmet had been able to, say, reset the Changpeng, PINKROID would not have been able to bring anywhere near as much as he was able to bring in that round. So I'm sure ISMOO will be thinking about how to redo this, but let's not forget, ISMOO gets the wound set in this next round, and that's going to put ISMOO in a good position to make a comeback in the next match.
Yeah, he seems so strong there, Killer, but we know ISMOO has absolutely got what it takes to fight for his place as well. Obviously, having been there before, you want to taste the good stuff and be in the Europe Cup again. How does he come back in this next game?
We'll put up a fight, which is which is about to do right now. We're going into our second set. It is best out of 5. There is still plenty of room for a comeback or a great match. Here we go. Pre-ban phases in.
Indeed, this is gonna have to mix things up.
We got the Han and the Tiang Lang pre-banned. PINKROID banning that Han, ISMOO banning that Tiang Lang.
Well, not too surprised about those pre-bans. ISMOO, especially with the Tianlang pre-ban, means that his wound surge won't have a hard counter. PINKROID is going to have to think about how he deals with this wound surge. Does he go for the outspeed or not?
PINKROID with Oliver first pick locks it in. ISMOO, Marsha, Dominic, locked in for first and second unit. PINKROID brings out that Merlong and more Water Ryu.
ISMOO's draft is looking very threatening indeed right now. But at the same time, he's not brought out any speed leads. PINKROID has stolen the 2 speed leads that are probably most impactful in the game. So ISMOO is going to have to pray that PINKROID, if he does manage to take this first turn, doesn't destroy all of ISMOO's units.
Double Art Master has been drafted by ISMOO, Heigang and Changpeng locked in for 3rd and 4th unit. PINKROID with a Barbara for his 4th unit. And what will his final unit be?
I'm actually quite surprised about the Barbara pick. I would have preferred like a Sekhmet or a Juno or something, because ISMOO has 2 really strong winged units on the field. And I think PINKROID is going a little bit too heavy water.
Here we go. PINKROID drafts up that tableau for his final pick. ISMOO, Wunsa, final pick. Both players will put in a ban any moment now. Barbara has been banned. Wunsa has been banned. Speed lead for PINKROID, HP lead for ISMOO. Here we go, guys. 1-0. PINKROID's lead, best out of 5. First turn goes for more. Rolling spike. No, skill 1 into Dominic.
Yeah, very clever from PINKROID not to use the rolling spike, because that means that Heigang's passive doesn't cut in and ISMOO's units don't move after. And he can just take out the Dominic.
There we go. Dragon's Dance taking out that Dominic. Mega impulse gun from Oliver into that Changpeng. Here we go. We've got impulse gun again. Goes into the Marsha. Additional turn. Mega impulse gun. Onto the Heigang. Puts his attack power on 0. Oliver another turn into Marsha. Tabla procs out. Goes for the stun lens. The slows. Oh, this is a fast match.
Yeah, exactly. Total domination from PINKROID once again. Incredible effort. I thought the Heigang was an interesting pick. It's not something you see too often, and it really didn't do very much because PINKROID held back the strip so that Heigang's passive didn't kick in. The Barbara was actually a decent pick as a sort of pseudo counter to the Heigang and the Masher, and it meant that it was baited out so that ISMOO banned out the Barbara instead of one of the big sources of damage like the Molong.
Here we go. Impulse gun into the Heigang. Tableau into the Heigang. Oh my god. Being ranked number 1 means something, and we just saw it right there. PINKROID 2-0 with the advantage. Best out of 5. PINKROID taking that second set.
Absolutely stunning. I mean, that is just... That's been the day for PINKROID in general. It's just been class from start to finish there. I mean, we saw Oliver there using the impulse gun, delivering a lot of damage, but taking out the Dominic so early on as well, Bowers. That was a major factor as well.
Exactly. The Dominic was probably ISMOO's primary threat of damage, and he had the Molong Reckless Assault plus the other turns holding back that strip, and it was just incredible. PINKROID, you know what? If you let him take that first turn, he is going to punish you. ISMOO needs to try harder to compete for first turn. He does have the Wunsa, but the rest of his draft, he should have brought an additional unit to compete for first turn. I think instead of the Hey Gang, another unit that allows him like an attack buff boost, like a Sekhmet or another speed lead would have been a better pick. Or maybe even the Nana for a little bit extra sustain. I think picking the Hey Gang was a big mistake there, actually.
Yeah, I mean, with Baus, I mean, you bring all this, you bring all the knowledge there. I mean, there's many different ways you could maybe change things up, but there's that factor as well that PINKROID is just a bit of a goat to a degree as well. He's just seems unstoppable, but hey, ISMOO could still do it. He needs to win the next 3 on the bounce to take this one all the way and win here. We got pick and bans coming your way. Semi-final, it's set number 3. Can PINKROID cakewalk it into the Europe Cup? Over to you, boys.
Here we go, guys. Best out of 5 match point for PINKROID. Wunsa gets the ban. Dominic gets the pre-ban. Here we go, guys. Both players getting ready to draft up.
Unfortunately for ISMOO, he's lost one of his primary tools to compete with speed, and now he has to decide if he still wants to compete. Looks like he does because he's bringing out the Oliver with the speed lead, taking it away from PINKROID.
Exactly. ISMOO locks in Oliver for first unit on his side. PINKROID responds with more, aka Water Ryu and Changpang for the second unit. ISMOO bringing out a Miles for his second unit, and third unit yet to decide.
Slightly different draft from what we saw before. PINKROID not picking up the Masher too early, whilst ISMOO brings the Miles anyway, even though PINKROID has not picked up the Masher yet.
There we go. ISMOO goes for a second speed lead, locks in that Pontos for the third unit. PINKROID responds with the Merlong and a Tableau, which also has the Arena speed lead. PINKROID 2 speed leads, ISMOO 2 speed leads for Arena. Looks like a speedy match is coming our way.
I honestly think that the Miles was a little bit early because he's brought the Miles, he can't bring a Leo anymore, and he's almost forced to compete for turn 1 against PINKROID. But PINKROID doesn't have so many units that boost his team at the moment.
Here we go, ISMOO with the Ethna and the Trident. He is competing for that turn 1. PINKROID brings out that Juno for his final pick. Is he going to lock it in?
I feel like Juno might be a must ban here.
And just like you predicted, Juno was a must ban. Speed lead with for PINKROID. Speed lead for ISMOO. Birth 24 speed lead. Who will take that first turn? Will it be the Trident or will it be something else? Trident goes for first turn. ISMOO competes for speed and takes the first turn.
To be honest, I don't like this Triton pick at all because it lets the Water Ryu the more cut, and at the same time there's not really a unit to follow up on the Triton too much.
Oh, Ethna does have a chance to follow up, goes for the follow up with Ethna, puts the AoE defense break, lands it on 3 out of the 4 units. Pontos, skill 3 or skill 2, what will you choose to do? Goes for the silence, land the silence on the Oliver, the Merlong and the Tableau.
I actually didn't realize that the Pontos also has the same skill 2 as the Triton, so actually that is a nice follow-up, so that PINKROID can't use his skills for a while, and actually ISMOO is looking quite good value at the moment. Let's see if PINKROID manages to get some procs.
There we go, Tableau dealing some damage into that Ethna skill 2 available. Will he go for that AoE or will he go for skill 1? Takes out that Changpang out of this match. ISMOO looking very healthy. Ooh, puts the invincibility immunity up. Miles.
Actually, this has been a really well played match from ISMOO. I absolutely take back what I said about the Triton pick. The Triton pick has been an MVP. It's allowed ISMOO to take that first turn. The Water Ryu did cut in but didn't really do anything, and then ISMOO brought huge damage to the table and manages to take out PINKROID's Changpang before he did any skills. And of course, the Pontos protecting his team so that he can just wrap up the win.
I am loving this match. ISMOO showing us why he is one of the best contenders out there for EU prelims. Here we go. Oh, deleted. 4 units still alive. ISMOO taking that comeback 2-1 PINKROID's way. Best out of 5 still anyone's game. Adam muted.
Madam, you're muted. Oh, yes.
There you go. I think one thing for me is, I think with regards to the way in which ISMOO managed that game, I think that was really interesting. The fact that he was able to, he just seemed a lot more in control of the way in which he was dictating the play there. I think PINKROID beforehand, as far as I can see, I don't know you guys at home feel the same way, but PINKROID was seemed in control. That time around, ISMOO seemed like he had full control, Baus.
Pretty much. I was mentioning earlier that ISMOO had to decide if he wanted to commit a little bit harder to countering PINKROID's turn 1 draft, or if he wanted to compete for turn 1. He decided to compete for turn 1, and he actually did that incredibly well. The Triton comboing with the Pontos, those double C Emperors, meant that PINKROID couldn't use any of his skills, and that was really crucial for ISMOO to wrap up that win. Great job from ISMOO.
Great job, yeah, killer. I think it was exciting as well, the fact that we've got ourselves a bit of a match in our hands now, because one more win here from ISMOO, and we have got ourselves a tiebreaker to dictate who goes into finals, which is amazing. But before that, we've obviously got to see ISMOO deliver the goods. It's 2-1, pick and bans. Over to you, boys. Let's see what happens next.
Ladies and gentlemen, pre-ban Zareen Han, pre-ban Oliver, pre-ban. This is a very, very interesting match about to come our way. Here we go. PINKROID with the Dominic first pick, very fast. Ooh.
I wonder if ISMOO might want to steal some of other PINKROID's units, something like the Maw, in that PINKROID values so hard.
ISMOO does manage to steal one of PINKROID's unit, locks in that Murloc as the second unit, but Marsha with the first pick, and PINKROID responds with the Tableau and the Barbara as his third unit.
This will be a good time to consider the Maw if he wants to, or he could pivot like we're seeing right now. In fact, this Leo pick is really fantastic, counters the Tableau super hard, and there's a decent counter to the Barbara as well. Dominic, though, is still very threatening. What's he going to do about this Dominic?
We're about to see, here we go, ISMOO with the Leo and the Shizuka for third and fourth unit. PINKROID goes with the Diana. And the final and fifth pick, what will it be?
Shizuka is a fantastic choice and not one we've seen in quite a while, actually. I'm looking forward to seeing this Shizuka doing some work for ISMOO. PINKROID thinking about how to deal with this. He's probably going to go with some water units, or, I mean, just why not just go with your usual draft?
PINKROID changing his mind last second, drafting the Water Ryu, aka Maw, for his fourth unit, and the Changpang for his fifth unit. ISMOO taking some time to consider how he would respond.
I think Diana would be a very solid pick into PINKROID's draft. PINKROID was almost certainly going to ban the Leo, so ISMOO is going to have to think about what's the primary sources damage that he needs to manage. Probably the Dominic, but also the Changpang and Tableau are decent spans as well.
ISMOO did draft up that Diana, just like he said, boss. The bans are about to come in any moment now. Both players taking the time. Here we go. ISMOO bans that speed lead. PINKROID bans that Leo. Here you go, speed lead for PINKROID, HP lead for ISMOO. Ooh. Match point for PINKROID. Here you go, Barbara taking that first turn, failing to strip. More follows up, goes for the strip on the Diana. Changpang, serious matter, pushing back that attack bar and the reset. Dominic, oh, speed tuning, yeah. Dominic going and dealing some damage into the Diana. Marsha fast link to Dominic. Wow.
Incredible killer. This is so back and forth. But we saw once again the power of PINKROID, how much damage he did on the turn 1. Unfortunately for him, he's not actually taken out a unit so far. The Masher is there, did so much damage onto the Dominic, but there's still 2 water units to deal with that Masher.
Yeah, that Masha taking out that Dominic very quickly. Ryu, skill 1 into Diana. Diana not looking too healthy right now. Baba going into Shizuka. Masha, fast link available again. Goes into Changpang, misses the defense brain. Changpang taking out that Diana. Shizuka, skill 1 only available right now.
This would be a good time to potentially dismount the Barbara if he wants to. I don't know if it was worth leeching the health. Shizuka has her skill 3 up next, and that's going to be huge if she manages to pull it off.
Just like you said, he dismounts that Barbara. Ryu, that damage, taking out that Shizuka. Masha, where are you going to put that damage? Goes into Changpang. Changpang, skill 1 into Murloc. Oh, beautiful stun, that despair Changpang. Barbara, where will you put that damage?
That was a crucial stun from PINKROID. I think the Murloc is gone anyway, and PINKROID is going to take this match 3-1. Great job from PINKROID. Just stick with what you know, and it works.
ISMOO did put up a great fight. Here we go. PINKROID straight to the Europe Cup. ISMOO going to the losers bracket next week.